Right? Hopefully you can hear me now. Right? Hopefully you can hear me now. Hello, Kano0622. Welcome to the chat. We're brewing up a deck around Kurkesh, Onakke Ancient. Excellent. I'm glad y'all can hear me now. I actually meant to plug that in when I sat down and then I got distracted. So anyway, excellent. Okay, so right now we're in mana mode. So we want to have a fair number of 2-drop mana artifacts so that we can cast Onakke on turn 3 if possible. Well, hello, Mono Red Guy from Twitter. Excellent. Welcome aboard. We're doing a Mono Red deck, so we need your expertise. All right. Do you think we should have one more? Star Compass? All right. Since we're mono color, I'm going to add a Scuttlemutt just so that no one tries to lock us out of something with pro red. It could make us sad. You got your wheel for Kurkesh. Awesome. I'm not going to put a Wheel of Fortune in this deck list because not everybody can have a wheel. So I want this deck list to be as accessible as we can. All right. I'll also add Worn Power Stone. That seems to be a good one. Alright, now we're in 4-mana land, so that's Solemn Simulacrum. And Hedron Archive. That seems good. Right? We can copy the sack ability and draw 4 cards. Does that sound right? Yep, it's not a mana ability. Iron Mirror. That does produce red mana, so that's good. I'll add Iron Mirror. So that's 6 2-drop artifacts to help us get Kurkesh out quick. So I think that's pretty nice. I think that works good. Here's an interesting thought. What about Ice Cauldron in a Kurkesh deck? Basalt Monolith, huh? So I guess with Kurkesh you could copy the untap ability with a red mana and get 2 activations out of the Basalt. That seems like a pretty good idea. Alright, Ice Cauldron. So the cool thing about Ice Cauldron is that you could potentially exile 2 cards from your hand and set it aside. And basically, whether you have a Ice Cauldron or not, it's always available for you to cast it. So that's a way to save a card from having it wheeled away. So you might want to put that in your wheel deck, on your mill deck. But Ice Cauldron is one of those weird cards that I always try to find a place for, and I think a Kurkesh deck might be the place. I've got crickets from my chat. Are y'all not sold on Ice Cauldron? Alright, I'll work on my sales pitch. Alright, at 5, I think I'm going to run a Gilded Lotus. That taps for 3 red mana, so that'll be good. Pyromancer's Goggles. If we have some red instants or sorceries, we could copy it with that ability, though since it's a mana ability, I don't guess we'll be able to copy it with Kurkesh, but I think it's still worth potentially playing it. Welcome to the chat, Branolver. Yeah, the Ice Cauldron is really cool. It's a very weird, strange card for sure. Alright, and I think at 6 mana we'll go ahead and put Dreamstone Hedron. So 4 mana, draw 6 cards. Seems like that would be pretty sweet with Kurkesh out there. Alright, so I think we got a lot of mana there, which is nice. Alright, so let's get cooking on the good stuff. Yeah, I know that the Pyromancer's Goggles is not going to work with the copy ability, but I think it's still... We're a red deck, we're probably going to have some red spells. It gives red mana. I mean, it may get cut eventually, but I think it's worth trying it out. Yeah, I got Hedron Archive right here already. Are you able to see the list okay? Alright, so we have a fair amount of mana, so now let's get to activating abilities and artifacts. Sorry, no problem. Alright. So we need artifacts that have an activated ability in red as the commander. Pyrite Spellbomb? Do you think that's really helpful? Do you think it's really worth it? Voltaic Key. Okay, I like it. Also works nice with Basalt Monolith. And I think there's another key too that's even better than Voltaic Key. Okay. Infinite red mana seems like the sort of shenanigans that we're in the mood for, right? Yay, combo! Manifold key, that's the other one. Manifold key. We'll just have to figure out a good activated ability. I mean, if we're going to have infinite mana, do we go with Walking Ballista? I mean, sure. I usually put Walking Ballista at 2 mana when I'm building my lists because it's perfectly acceptable to play it as a 2-drop. So that gives us a pretty decent win con out of our infinite mana. Alright. Are there any lands that we're going to want to get in our mono red deck? Maybe? Expedition map? Are you trying to make mill happen again? Oh yeah, Valakut. It definitely seems worth getting. Alright. There we go. There's that manifold key. Okay. Yep. Those are good lands for sure. Alright. Pyrite Spellbomb. For 2 mana. You could draw 2 cards. Is that worth it? I'm sure Justin will love you for the mill victory. He'll appreciate that. Alright, this isn't exactly fantastic with Kurkesh, but I just feel like Shadow Spear goes just about in any commander deck that has creatures, so I'm putting it in there. Are we doing weird things with Kurkesh and Sensei's Divining Top to draw 2 cards, but then you draw your top back? I know that's dirtly and weird, but what the heck. I don't put Sensei's in many decks, so what do you think? It's in. We'll cut it if you want me to. Let's do the Soul Guide Lantern. We can nuke people's graveyards, leave ours alone, or we can cash it in for 2 cards with Kurkesh. Wayfarer's Bauble. That's some good that's some mana acceleration. Do we want to we don't want to do crazy things with food, red food. Alright, let me scooch by the altar of dementia before anybody gets any ideas. Infinite ping. So we'd have to put that on a artifact creature. I don't know. You'll have to work that out for me. I'm not, my brain isn't going there. Alright, Chandra's Regulator. So if we're going to add some planeswalkers... Are we going to add some planeswalkers? It does seem like we could do some crazy stuff with Chain Veil. Alright, I'm gonna put that in there, and then we'll take a look at the red planeswalkers and see what there is to see. I mean, worst case scenario is Chandra's Regulator. You can discard a mountain or red card and draw 2 cards with Kurkesh, right? Not sure if we're going to play enough creatures. No, that's true. If you have a Grim Monolith, definitely would go in this deck list. Nope, I did not see a millstone. Nope, didn't see it. Well, we'll have to play some big red creatures then, right? Tome of Legends. I'm not sure how much Kurkesh is going to be attacking. What do you think? I mean, the first time we activated with Kurkesh out, we could draw 2 cards. Duretti. Yeah, Duretti seems good. Burnished Heart. That would go in here anyway, but potentially getting 4 basic lands out, that seems pretty sweet. Oh yeah. Branuvor We are on the same wavelength. I see you. Chaos Wand. Heck yeah. What do you think? Chaos Wand. That seems like the kind of cool thing I want to be doing in Commander. Copying Chaos Wand. Yeah, we'll definitely take a look at our Graveyard Hate at the end of the deck list to make sure we have enough of it. If need be, we can certainly add in a Tormod's Crypt. We could go down the mirror rabbit hole. That could give us a bunch of creatures. What do you think of that? I'm gonna go down the rabbit hole and see where it leads us. What do you think? Mirror Propagator, Mirror Reservoir, Mirror Welder. Sure. Mirror. Excellent. Yeah. Okay. Welcome to the chat or the Twitch. Welcome to the stream, Dana. Glad to hear your input on the tome. So, okay. Good. Yeah, let's go mirrors. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and open that in a separate link just so I can make sure we can search specifically for mirrors a little bit later. Transmogrifying Wand. Destroy 2 creatures, give them some Ox. We would probably need to go a little deeper into adding some charge counters. And I don't see that happening, so... Well, We do have Sensei's Divining Top, so why not Aetherflux Reservoir? Focus the strategy. Are you saying we're a little unfocused here? Is that what you're suggesting? Yeah, I was looking at Aetherworks Marvel too. But see, then we got to go down energy rabbit hole, and I don't know. I think Reservoir would just be generically good by itself. I mean, if we can get above 50 life, we could fire Aetherflux Reservoir off to hit 2 people for 50. Boom Pile. I like where you're thinking on the Boom Pile, but I just see myself tilting by missing 2 coin flips in a row. Right? Unless we're playing Krark's Other Thumb. Alright. Moving along. Would Goblin Charbelcher be worth it, even though I'm going to be playing a sane amount of lands? Well, the thing of it is I'm not really playing a bunch of tutors in there, so having cards that can combine to do crazy stuff, but also are just good on their own, I think is just good solid deck building. Should we play Helm of Possession? Cash in one of our mirror tokens and steal 2 creatures? That seems like good, clean living. We already got you, Ice Cauldron. You've never seen Helm of Possession? Yeah, it's a pretty good one. It's especially good in the decks that don't already have plenty of creature removal. So it'll sometimes pop up in my green decks, sometimes in my red decks. Well, given all the artifacts, probably want Mystic Forge, I'm guessing. Mystic Forge. Lux cannon. That's a good idea. I mean, we have ways of untapping artifacts, so we could potentially charge that up pretty quickly and then go a little crazy with it. So I like what you're thinking there. Let's go ahead and add that Lux cannon. I think I would like unwinding clock better if we had more artifacts that didn't, like, we're going to have a bunch of artifacts that we're going to want to tap anyway, so tapping them to untap something else. I guess, is there some sort of infinite combo there that I'm missing? Alright, there's the chain veil. Let's go ahead and add that in there. The chain veil. Stolen from Liliana, and now we're going to run it in red. Dope. Trading post. The only thing better than one goat is 2 goats for the price of 1. It will untap Lux Cannon, Key, and Mana Rocks on each opponent's turn. Oh, Unwinding Clock. Okay, I was thinking of something else. Unwinding Clock. Okay. We've got quite a few 4-drops, but we'll go ahead and throw that in the mix and see how it shakes out. For those who are kind of new to the stream, just to let you know, when I'm building my deck lists out, I basically put them in mana cost order, just to help me gauge if I'm getting too hot, if I'm getting too large with the, if I'm getting too big with the different points on the mana curve. Alright, Karn, come on over. He is a pretty good blocker, right? Mirror Matrix, Mirror Turbine. Welder Automaton. I don't know what that is. Welder Automaton. So I guess if we're gonna have some planeswalkers, Contagion Engine might be decent, right? Contagion Engine. So Steel Hellkite is not really going to benefit from Onakke, but I think it's a colorless way of dealing with problems like a swarm of tokens or enchantments. So I'm going to go ahead and add Steel Hellkite. Plus, if we have infinite mana, that's another thing that we could do, is to pump into a Steel Hellkite. Alright. Okay, so we're in the mirror land. Let's dig into some mirror stuff. So for tribal stuff, first thing I do is I look for the creature in the text box first and see if there's anything that refers to mirror specifically, regardless of whether it's a creature. I guess at 2 mana, the Mirror Retriever and the Mirror Sire seem pretty decent. It's Perilous Mirror. Is that worth the slot? Probably not. Alright, 3 mana, we got Mirror Propagator already, we got the Mirror Reservoir, Mirror Welder. Lodestone Mirror. And Mirror Battle Sphere at the top. Mirror Battle Sphere. Alright, so that's all the stuff in these colors that reference mirror. So let's go ahead and look for actual mirrors. Do we want a hover mirror? Seems decent enough for 2 mana mirror. If we can pump it up maybe. Yes, Core Firewalker. Of course, we have Scuttlemud in my list, so that's one way of dealing with Core Firewalker. Oh, how about a Plague Mirror? That's another mana source. Plus, it'll get people nervous about infect. Definitely want dark steel mirror. That will block for your planeswalkers for days. Palladium mirror seems pretty good. Shimmer mirror. All our artifacts have flash. And that seems to be the limit of the mirrors for mono red. Is that enough? Do we want an Ichor Claw mirror? Oh, here's a core tapper. That'll charge up a Lux cannon pretty nicely. Core tapper. Okay. All right, so we got the mirror stuff. Let's look through our planeswalker options. We definitely want Ugin, I'm sure, since we have a lot of artifacts anyway. That'll be pretty decent. All right. Kaladesh Chandra. Torch of Defiance. Gives us some red mana. Okay, I'm sold on that. Chandra, Torch of Defiance. Karn, Scion of Urza. Sounds like a winner to me. I don't know about Karn the Great Creator. I mean, one of the abilities doesn't even work in Commander. We definitely want Ugin the Ineffable. Should we play Ugin the Spirit Dragon? Sure. Well, wait a minute. How much is Ugin these days? $139. Alright, I can't in good conscience put Ugin the Spirit Dragon in here. Yeah, I don't want to make my friends hate me. I like playing Commander with my friends. Alright, where is... Alright, Duretti, right? We wanted Duretti. We are getting stacked at 4 mana, people. Well, I think because we have so many 4 drops that we definitely want to keep, Ice Cauldron is going to get the boot. Sorry, Ice Cauldron. I always try to get you in there. So Ugin the Spear Dragon is only $55. If you have them, put them in the deck for sure. I am not. Alright, are there any 5-drop Planeswalkers that we're going to want in here? Yeah, definitely let me know how Ice Cauldron works for you. I think it's a pretty sweet, weird card. So what do you think? Maybe Chandra Awakened Inferno? I mean, we already got 4 6-drops. How much of our mana ramp produces colored mana? So we got Wayfarer's Bauble, Arcane Signet, Iron Mirror, Solemn Simulacrum. Alright. Alright, at this stage of the game, I would like to dip over to EDH Rec and see if there's anything glaring that we've missed. Kurkesh. Kurkesh. There we go. What does star compass do? Star compass. I mean, it's basically, yeah, let's replace star compass with fire diamond. Good call. I could see something happen where we don't have any basic lands in the first couple of turns, even though the mana is otherwise fine, and then star compass could bite us in the butt. So, good call. All right, Kurkesh. Not sure about Goblin Engineer. Are there any cheap artifacts that we would really want to get back that cost 3 or less? Definitely would be up for some Goblin Welder. Right? Oracle's Vault is definitely an interesting card that I hadn't thought of, but I think we're already really tight at 4 mana. I know someone mentioned Kuldotha Forge Master earlier. But like if I play Kuldotha Forge Master, I'd probably want some gigantic, massive Blightsteel Colossus or something in the deck, and I don't know if I want to go that route with this one. So what CMC are we trying to fill? Well, let's go ahead and dump this into... Let's see where we're at. I like to use Architect. Kurkesh. Extreme. If you've never used Architect, it's a pretty sweet deck building tool. Yeah. Well, it looks like I misspelled Ickerclaw. Ickerclaw. Alright, all cards have been found. So we got 58 cards in here. Alright, let me assign Kurkesh as the commander. And so I am probably going to run 39 lands. So we got 3 more cards to put in here before we start adding lands. Let's take a look at our mana curve. Alright, our mana curve looks pretty atrocious. So my hunch here is that we're going to need to cut a couple of 4-drops and then maybe add some more 5-drops and maybe another 6-drops so we can have some high impact cards. Alright, so we need to drop some 4 mana. Let's sort by convert mana cost. Alright, so this is all of our 4 mana cards here. I think I want to trim 2 from the 4 mana slot. Alright, I'm going to cut the helm. Bye, helm. Oof. Yeah. Well, actually, what I wanted to there's a red card that I wanted to add in here. Burn Away. So I want to put Burn Away in there at 5. That's an instant that we can use the Pyromancer's Goggles on, and I've found it to be very useful. Like, Burn Away is a nice instant speed way of killing someone's graveyard at instant speed. So I am going to add that here. So Burn Away. Plus, when you play it, you get to sing, "Why don't we burn away? Why don't we burn away?" Right? Totally worth it. Alright, I don't see another 4 that I really want to cut. I mean, technically that's less than 3, so we have a little bit of a curve. I'm definitely going to put a Scavenging Grounds. Alright, you convinced me. Let's Tormod's Crypt. You're right, getting a new 2 people's art graveyards is pretty sweet. Alright. Burning down the house. Oh yeah. Alright. What do we want? I mean, we still want some. We want some interaction in here too, don't we? We need Blasphemous Sack, right? Alright, let's go back over here in the Kurkesh deck. Chaos Warp. So 3. Okay. Yeah, I think we, let's see, where are we on 2s? We're at 13 for 2s. We're at 12 for 3s. If I add Chaos Warp, I'm probably going to want to cut one of these. I could cut Scuttlemutt. As much as I love it, it's not a mirror. Alright, Scuttlemutt. Hit the showers. We're going to put in Chaos Warp. Chaos Warp. Oh yeah, what about why am I drawing a blank on that sorcery that we can overload to kill artifacts of our opponents? Vandal Blast. Vandal Blast. Alright, and what's the what's that red enchantment killer? Y'all remember that one? The red enchantment. Enchanter's Blade. I like Enchanter's Blade a lot. Alright. All Is Dust seems like a winner. What do y'all think of that? All Is Dust. Right? That's the only red enchantment kill that's out there. Okay. Alright, so now we have 63 cards. And because I'm a maniac, I'm going to need to cut 2 of these so I can have 39 lands. Still need to cut a 4. We got 11 at 4 and 12. I guess it just looks like they're exactly the same total. Why does this say total 12? Huh. Probably could use some boots. Swift foot boots. I'm down with that. Oh, you know another thing we need in here? Black blade reforged. Yeah, it even brought up the good one. Alright, I'm getting a little crazy here. Getting overboard. We're now showing 65. Alright, so I'm going to want to cut 4 of these cards. Alright, I'm going to cut Expedition Map. I'm going to go ahead and cut the goggles because I don't think we really have enough instants and sorceries to really make it worthwhile. Alright, we do have a lot of mana acceleration, so I may give you 38 instead of 39 lands. So I have written on Star City Games several times about my philosophy of lands. So I would refer you to check it out over there. But basically, I like to err on the side of having plenty of lands. Basically because Commander Tax is kind of a built-in mana sink. So plus, I would much rather have too many lands than not enough lands in Commander. So Commander's is a sort of format where you want to play big spells. You want to be able to participate in the game. And I don't want to miss land drops early on if I can help it. So that's kind of 39 is sort of the equivalent to running 24 lands in a 60 card deck, which seems to work as a pretty good baseline. So I think 39 is a pretty decent baseline. If I have a commander that's higher cost, I will certainly go up even higher than 39 lands. Alright, so we need one more cut at least. So we've just got one Chandra, right? Yeah, I think this is okay to drop. It only works on Chandra planeswalkers, so... Alright, I am willing to go 38 lands in this deck. Alright, so let's start adding some lands. There's a website that I like to use for my mana base called Mana Base Crafter. They're pretty awesome. So they kind of group the lands together for you. That's kind of nice. So I'm going to put in Desert of the Fervent. Endless Sands is a good one. Scavenger Grounds. Scavenger Grounds. Maybe put Emergence Zone in here as a, in case you got to jump on that stack. I like Blast Zone in a mono red deck. That's another way of dealing with enchantments. Castle Embereth. It's a good way to boost our mirror. I was getting ready to type Castle Mirror. Embereth. Oh yeah, Inventor's Fair. I like it. Forgotten Cave and Smoldering Crater, definitely like those. It's a good way to mitigate some of the mana flood that some folks are kind of worried about. There's that Inventor's Fair. Seems solid. Karn's Bastion. I don't want to get too crazy on our colorless sources, so I'm going to pass on that for now. Kurkesh likes plenty of red mana. Myriad Landscape is definitely a way to get some more red mana. Oh, there's Valakut. We wanted that one. Even though I got rid of the land search, but I think it's certainly worth playing. I do like to have a dust bowl in my decks as just a way to interact with some problematic lands. I would also probably put another one in normally, but I think I'm gonna, like I said, I want to keep the colorless land sources down to a minimum. Mad Blind Mountain. Yep, you're right. That's a good call. We do still have senseis. Yep, I've got the Embereth Castle in there. Alright, so I think those are the non-basics that I'll want to run in this deck. So let's go ahead and add those. Oh wait, edit, there we go. Oh, I misspelled that. Inventors. No, that's not right. Invent. Is that it? Ah. All cards listed have been found. Alright, so that gives us 25 mountains to add. And of course, in virtual land, we have 25 of these sweet, sweet new unlands. Because we're high rollers like that, right? Right? Alright, let's take a look. For some reason it still shows 12, I don't know why, but pretty sure we have 11, so I'm okay with that mana curve. I've got 50 artifacts, 21 non, well, I don't know, those might also include artifact creatures. Alright, and there we have it. Kurkesh Onakke Ancient. What do you think? I think this deck could be kinda crazy to play. If anybody tries to make this deck and gets a chance to run it, please let me know on Twitter how you like it. Or you can reach out to me. I'm going to also upload this video to YouTube, so if you want to leave me a comment there, you can as well. That would be great. So anyway, I appreciate everybody coming out, and if you stick around after I close this session, I'm gonna fire up Magic Arena and maybe play a little Historic Brawl. So make sure to keep an eye out if you want to join me there. Be happy to play with you. So, alright guys, take it easy. Thanks for coming out.